Hey guys, the name's Jer here, and as you can see, today's video is going to be a little bit different from what I normally do. Now, as some of you might know, today, March 3rd, marks the 1-year release of Nintendo's new home console, the Switch. Now to celebrate that, I figured what I'd do is give you guys a bit of a review to let you guys know some of the things I like and some of the things I don't like about Nintendo's new console. The Switch claims to be both a handheld and a home console. Now this seems to have worked pretty well for Nintendo, as the sales for the Switch have surpassed its predecessor, the Wii U, and as Nintendo claims, is the fastest selling Nintendo console of all time. Now that it has been on the market for 1 year, let's see how the Switch holds up. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the console's functionality. Now with most Nintendo consoles, there's usually some kind of gimmick. With the Wii, it was the motion controls, the Wii U had a gamepad with a touchscreen on it, the DS introduced 2 screens and a touchscreen, and the 3DS introduced 3D capabilities. Oh, Jer, this isn't the first Nintendo console that has been portable. Now, unlike the GameCube, the Switch is portable because it's also a handheld while being a TV console. A first of its kind, the Switch can go from TV mode to handheld mode in a matter of seconds, which makes it great for those unexpected moments where you have to game on the go. This makes it great for playing anywhere around the house and not being tethered to a TV, which I absolutely love about the console. Another thing I really like are the Switch's controllers, known as Joy-Cons, which are a pair of 2 half controllers which serve as the left and right sides of the console. The Joy-Cons can attach to and detach from the console with ease at just the push of a button and can be used in a variety of different ways. The controllers can be used as a pair, being held in both hands, or completely independent altogether as separate controllers for certain multiplayer games. Nintendo also provided attachments for the Joy-Cons to make them more comfortable when they're separated. My favorite way to use the Joy-Cons, however, is by using the Joy-Con grip, which is basically a holder for the Joy-Cons that's shaped like a regular controller. It's actually really comfortable and is my preferred way to game, especially if you get one of the aftermarket ones, as they are by far superior to the one that comes with the console. There's also the traditional style Pro controller, but I never really found a need to buy one of these, as the Joy-Con grip was more than comfortable for me. All of these options can be used when in TV mode and in handheld mode, and the console also has a kickstand on the back, but I never really found myself using it as it's flimsy and just a small shake of the table is going to knock it over. It's a small detractor, but I really don't see myself using it enough to make me care. The Switch also brings back Nintendo's collectible figures known as Amiibo, and while I love the idea of these, they can sometimes make you feel like you're not getting the full experience. Each Amiibo has in-game functionality, and with the tap of one's base to the right Joy-Con's analog stick, new characters, items, abilities, and other features can be unlocked in certain games. This can be great most of the time, and while I do enjoy collecting them, it can seem like a bit of a downfall in some games like the Breath of the Wild, where there's so many different Amiibos and so many items you can unlock with each one of those that it kind of feels like you're not getting the full content of the game. Really, that's the only problem I have with the Amiibos, as sometimes it can make you feel like you're missing out, but otherwise they're really cool to collect, and they're all in extreme detail, and they look really good sitting next to your console. Performance-wise, the Switch falls way short of most modern-day consoles like the PS4 Pro or the Xbox One X, or really even their predecessors for that matter. The Switch can run at a max of 1080p in TV mode and 720p in handheld mode. A lot of games, however, choose to sacrifice high resolutions in order to get better performance out of the console. Breath of the Wild, for example, runs at 900p in TV mode. I only experienced a couple hiccups in frame rate during my entire playthrough of the game. Super Mario Odyssey is also another game that runs at 900p in TV mode, and then games like Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe run at 1080p 60 frames per second very smoothly. The isolated performance issues I had really never took away from the entire experience I've had with the console, and like always, Nintendo doesn't put a focus on their hardware so much as they put a focus on making good games and quality gameplay, and with the Switch, Nintendo definitely lets the games do the talking. So when the Switch launched worldwide, it only had 13 games in its lineup, which was so small it made the Nokia N-Gage's launch look good. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was the only major title, and games like Snipper Clips and 1-2 Switch were just enough to hold over gamers until the next major release. Now, 1 year later, the Switch has finally had enough time to build a strong lineup with plenty of Nintendo IPs and many more on the way. So far we have Splatoon, Bayonetta, Mario Kart, Xenoblade Chronicles, The Legend of Zelda, and Super Mario, as well as other Nintendo IPs like Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Metroid, and Pokemon getting full releases on the Switch soon. The console has also seen its fair share of remasters with games like The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, LA Noire, Minecraft, Doom, and Rocket League, just to name a few. All of these ports have been optimized for the Switch's hardware, and even though they don't look quite as good as the PS4 or Xbox One counterparts, they're still great games to have, and especially on the go. The Nintendo Switch is easily one of my favorite consoles that I've ever had. Its hybrid format of both home console and portable console make it unlike anything we've ever seen before, and with so many Nintendo powerhouse IPs already released and more on the way, I have no hesitation recommending this to my friends, and I've even convinced quite a few of them to get it. This is such a good console with such a bright future, and I see this console lasting a lot longer than the Wii U did. So thank you guys for watching, and make sure to let me know what you think of the Nintendo Switch down in the comments below. And if you like this, give a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. See you later!